So we already discussed in last class what is algebraic multiplicity. What is algebraic multiplicity? So we'll talk in English. So what is algebraic multiplicity? If lambda is an eigenvalue of a linear operator or a matrix with characteristic polynomial f of t, the algebraic multiplicity of lambda is the largest positive number k for which t minus lambda to the power k is a factor of f of t. That means if the characteristic polynomial is given to you, or if you know already how to evaluate it, if f of t is known to you, then you must find out what is the algebraic multiplicity of any eigenvalue lambda. Suppose for a problem, suppose f of t is your f of t means what we got here, f of lambda, like determinant of a minus lambda I, and that is f of lambda, and f of t is the same thing in just in variable in t, like determinant of a minus ti. So suppose your f of t is t minus 1 whole square whole into t minus 2 whole into t minus 3. Suppose this is your characteristic polynomial, then what will be your eigenvalues? So if you will equate this with 0, then this will be your characteristic equation. Then that means t minus 1 square equal to 0, t minus 2 equal to 0, and t minus 3 equal to 0. This implies t is equal to 1 1, t is equal to 2, or t equal to 3. That means you are getting the eigenvalues 1 repeated twice, and eigenvalue 2 one time, and at eigenvalue 3 one time. The what you got here, 1 is repeated twice, so algebraic multiplicity of lambda equal to 1 is 2, because the eigenvalue 1 is repeated twice, so its algebraic multiplicity is 2. Similarly, algebraic multiplicity of lambda equal to 2 is 1, because it is not repeated. That means this is only once it occurs. Similarly, algebraic multiplicity of lambda equal to 3 is also 1. So what is the definition saying? The algebraic multiplicity of lambda is the largest positive number k for which t minus lambda to the power k is a factor of f of t. So this is your f of t, and what is the algebraic multiplicity for lambda equal to 1? This is 2, because t minus 2 to the power 2, this is the maximum power lambda, this is the maximum, but this is the largest positive number k, this is the largest positive number k which divides f of t. So if anyone will say t minus 1, anyone will say t minus 1 is also divides f of t, but t minus 1 to the power 1 is not the largest power. T minus 1 to the power 2 is the largest power. This is occurring in the characteristic equation, the characteristic polynomial. So t minus 1 to the power 2 divides f of t, this is the maximum power. If someone will say t minus 1 to the power 3, but this thing does not divide your f of t, that means this thing does not divide your characteristic polynomial. Thus t minus 1 to the power 2, this thing divides f of t, so 2 is the algebraic multiplicity for lambda equal to 1. So this is the algebraic multiplicity definition. And here is a problem. Let a equal to a is a matrix, 3 by 3 matrix. This is 3 1 0 0 3 4 0 0 4, which is characteristic polynomial. This is its characteristic polynomial because this is a upper triangular matrix. So if you will find its determinant, then this will be, or if you will calculate this a minus ti, determinant of a minus ti, then this will be or this one minus of t minus 3 whole square whole into t minus 4. So here the eigenvalues are lambda equal to 3 and lambda equal to 4, and lambda equal to 3 occurs twice because its power is 2 here. So lambda equal to 3 is an eigenvalue of a with multiplicity 2, and lambda equal to 4 is an eigenvalue of a with multiplicity 1, and this multiplicity is your algebraic multiplicity. Similarly, what will be your geometric multiplicity? And also we discussed in the last class, the geometric multiplicity of an eigenvalue is the number of linear independent eigenvectors associated with it. So if lambda in the above problem, lambda equal to 3 repeated twice, so its algebraic multiplicity is 2. And what is its geometric multiplicity? If we will find the corresponding eigenvector for lambda equal to 3, so you will get some eigenvectors. Since it repeated twice means its algebraic multiplicity is 2, so maximum you can get 2 eigenvectors. That means geometric multiplicity is always less than equal to arithmetic multiplicity, and since 3 is an eigenvalue, so obviously geometric multiplicity may be 1, or if it is more than 1, then it should be maximum what is its arithmetic multiplicity. That means if lambda equal to 2 has arithmetic multiplicity 2, so its geometric multiplicity is always less than equal to 2, and it's always greater than equal to 1. So this is a relation, gm is always less than equal to am. Similarly, what is definition of eigenspace? Already last class we already defined what is eigenspace, and here is another definition. We already said what is the what is the eigenspace? Eigenspace for a matrix or for a lambda, and suppose a linear operator t is given, or a linear transformation t is given, that is let t be a linear operator on a vector space V. Let lambda be the eigen value of t. If lambda is an eigenvalue of t, then define E lambda. E lambda means the eigenspace or the set of all eigenvectors associated with lambda. This is your E lambda. Try to join in time. So in between time means it is disturbing me. Okay. So what will be the eigenspace of lambda? So here the definition says this is those x belongs to V. T is a transformation from V to V. Then the eigenspace associated with the eigenvalue lambda is those x belongs to V such that T of x is equal to lambda x. You know that if lambda is an eigenvalue, then Tx equal to lambda x. This is the x, which is the eigenvectors. That means E lambda contains all those eigenvectors x, or all those vectors x which satisfies Tx equal to lambda x. Or we can say this is null space of T minus lambda I, because we know this Tx equal to lambda x means T minus lambda I x is equal to 0. In this way we are evaluated this x. This is an operator, T minus lambda is an operator, and when it is operating on some x, it is given 0 means we are generally calculating the null space of T minus lambda. We already know what is the null space of an operator. Null space of an operator, suppose T minus lambda is an operator, what will be its null space? That means those element x such that uh, it contains null space of t minus lambda I means what? This thing those x such that t of lambda I into x is equal to 0. So e of lambda we can say this is those x belongs to b such that tx is equal to lambda x, or this is the null space of t minus lambda I, because null space of t minus lambda I means those x belongs to that t minus lambda I x equal to 0, and in this way we already evaluated the eigenvectors in the last class. And then clearly E lambda is a subspace of V consisting of 0 vectors and eigenvectors of t corresponding to the eigenvalue of lambda. Then the maximum number of linear independent vectors of t corresponding to lambda is the dimension of E lambda. So whatever you will get your E lambda, then find its dimension. If you will find the dimension of E lambda, or the this is the dimension of null space of t minus lambda I, this thing says you the number of linear independent vectors associated with lambda equal to the number of linear independent vectors associated with lambda. And the dimension of E lambda is always lies between 1 to m, where m is the algebraic multiplicity of lambda. If algebraic multiplicity of lambda is m, then dimension of E lambda means the number of eigenvectors associated with this eigenvalue lambda is lies between 1 to m. Okay, its maximum value is m, means maximum number of eigenvectors will be m, because we already know Gm is less than am. So Gm means the number of eigenvectors. This is less than equal to am, and it's always greater than equal to 1. Then there is a problem. Example 3. Let T be a linear operator on P2R defined by T of f of x equal to f dash x. Then the matrix representation of T with respect to the standard order basis beta for P2R is this one. You can evaluate this one. T of f of x is your f dash x. Then what will be the linear transformation? What is the corresponding matrix associated with this transformation with respect to this order basis beta? We know for P2R your beta is 1x square plus P2R means degree. This is a polynomial of degree 2, so this is its standard basis. So what will be your T of f of x? T of f of x is your f dash x. So what will be your T of 1? T of 1 will be 0. Similarly, T of x is your 1, and T of x square, its derivative, T of f of x is f dash x. So T of x square will be your 2x. So we will write this, what is your T of 1, T of x, T of x square. We will write this thing as a linear combination of its basis element. That means this will be 0 into 1, 0 into x, 0 into x square. Similarly, 1 can be written 1 into 1, 0 into x, 0 into x square. And similarly, 2x can be written 0 into 1, 2 into x, 0 into x square. So now we can write the corresponding transformation. Here the coefficient are 0, 0, 0. So this is in my first column 0, 0, 0. Similarly, For second column, here the coefficient are 1, 0, 0. So I have written here 1, 0, 0 in this second column. Then for third column, here you have to write the coefficient. This is 0, 2, 0. So this is your 0, 2, 0 column. Third column is your. So this is the corresponding transformation T. So if any transformation is given, then you can find its corresponding matrix. This is the T of B. Then after finding this matrix, then you can find what is the characteristic polynomial associated with this transformation T, and this is your determinant of T minus lambda I. That is determinant of, and from the diagonal element you just subtract T. Whatever we done before is A minus lambda I or T minus lambda I, and here I am using the variable T. So this will be 0 minus T. From the diagonal element you just subtract T. So this will be minus T 1, 0, then 0 minus T 2, 0, 0 minus T, and its determinant is minus TQ. Okay, so if its determinant is minus TQ, then what is the eigenvalue? Whatever is the determinant of A minus lambda I or A minus Ti, make this thing equal to 0, then whatever you get, this is your T equal to 0, 0, 0. That means the eigenvalue is 0, and this is the only eigenvalue, and this thing repeated thrice. So how we will get the corresponding eigenvector? So how we will get the corresponding eigenvector? So the eigenvalue 0 is repeated thrice. So the T has only one eigenvalue, lambda equal to 0 with multiplicity 3. Okay, so lambda equal to 0 has multiplicity 3. This is your algebraic multiplicity because it repeated thrice. Similarly, so if you will get its corresponding eigenvector, what we have to do? Here the in rough I am calculating what is the corresponding eigen vectors for lambda equal to 0, and my what do you know? This is those x or those vector x1, x2, x3 such that null space of T minus 0 into I equal to, this is the null space of, this is the eigen space. I forgot this thing. So we know A minus lambda I of x equal to 0. Here the A is transformation T, the T minus 0 I of x is equal to 0. So that means your 0 I means this is 0. So T of x equal to 0, and your T is what is your T? The transformation or this is the corresponding matrix. This is your 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, and 0, 0, 0. This thing into x means this is x1, x2, x3 equal to 0, 0, 0. କ'ଣ ହେଲା 55? ତମେ କଟି ଯାଉଛ ନା ମନକୁ ମନ ନା କ'ଣ? ଜଏନ୍ କରିଥିଲ ପ୍ରାୟ ଏବେ? ହଁ
ନେଟୱାର୍କ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଅଛି, କଟି ଯାଉଛି ଅଟୋମେଟିକ।
ଆଉ ତମେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିକି ସିଆଡ଼େ କଥା ହେଉଛ
ନେଟୱାର୍କ
କି?
ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଅଛି ସାର୍, କଟି ଯାଉଛି ଅଲରେଡି।
ହଁ ତମର ତ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ବୁଝିଲି। ତ
ନାଇଁ
ତମେ
ନାଇଁ
ସିଆଡ଼େ କଥା ହେଉଛ କି ବାହାରେ? ରୋଡ଼ ଉପରେ ବୁଲୁଛ ନା କେଉଁଠି
ନାଇଁ
ଅଛ?
ନାଇଁ,
ଘର ଭିତରେ ଅଛ?
ଘରେ ହିଁ ଅଛି।
ଘରେ ହିଁ ଅଛ ତମେ, ତାହେଲେ କାହିଁକି ସେ ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରିକି ସେ କରେ କଥା ହେଉଛ? ତ ତମ କଥା ଶୁଭିଲା ସମସ୍ତେ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ
ଘରେ
ହେଲେ। ତ ତମେ କହିଲା ବେଳେ ହିଁ
ଓହୋ
ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ୍
ଏମିତି କି?
କରିବ ନା, ବାକି ସମୟ ତ ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରିକି ରଖିବାର ଅଛି ନା କ'ଣ କରିବ? ଦେଖ ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କର, ତମେ ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କର, ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରିକି କଥା ହୁଅନି। ତମେ କଥା ହେଲା, ତମକୁ ଶୁଭିଲା ବୋଲି ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବାନ୍ସ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ହେଲା ବୋଲି ମେ ବି ତମର କଟିଗଲା। ବୁଝିହେଉଛି? ঠিক আছে, okay, you will find this x. So how will find? So from this multiplication you will get x2 equal to 0 and 2 into x3 equal to 0 and the last row gives 0 equal to 0. So what we got here? X2 equal to 0 and x3 equal to 0. So both x2 and x3 equal to 0. That means what will be your x? So your x is x1, x2, x3, which is equal to x1 0 0 because x2 x3 is 0. So taking x1 common, this will be your 1 0 0. That means 1 0 0 transpose, and this is the only eigenvector. That means its geometric multiplicity is 1 because you are getting only one independent eigenvector. So this one is by your gm is less than equal to m. Here the arithmetic multiplicity, algebraic multiplicity is 3, but you are getting its geometric multiplicity is 1. Or here the eigenvalue 0 repeated thrice, but its corresponding eigenvector you are getting only 1. That means arithmetic multiplicity is not equal to geometric multiplicity. Algebraic multiplicity is not equal to geometric multiplicity. So this is not diagonalizable. So this corresponding linear transformation, this is not diagonalizable because algebraic multiplicity is not equal to geometric multiplicity. And here is another method what is written in your notebook. Here E lambda is null space of T minus lambda I. Since lambda equal to 0, so this is the null space of T. So if the given transformation, your transformation is what? T of f of x is f dash x. T of f of x equal to f dash x, and for nullity T of f of x should be 0. That means your f dash x is 0. And for which value of f of x? F dash x is 0. If f of x is your 1, then your f dash x is 0, because only for basis we can take our f of x. Means f of x equal to if you will take your f of x equal to x, then f dash x is 1. If your f of x is equal to x, then f dash x is 1. And if f of x is x square, then your f dash x is 2x. And if f of x is equal to 1, then f dash x is 0. So that's why f dash x is 0 is only for f of x equal to 1. That means I am considering only the basis element for f of x. Okay, so for f of x equal to 1, f dash x is 0. That means the so 1 is the only basis for eigenspace of lambda. That means the dimension of A lambda equal to 1. Consequently, there is no basis for P2R. If this A lambda generates all the basis for P2R, then this will be diagonalizable. But here the A lambda contains only a single basis element, and there are no other two like x square or something else way. So this is not diagonalizable because the eigenspace of lambda does not generate the all eigenvectors of V, or here V is your P2R. That means this A lambda does not generate the all the basis vectors of P2R. That means P2R is a vector space of dimension 3, so it must should generate 3 eigenvectors, or dimension of E lambda should be 3, but here we are getting only 1. That's why it is not diagonalizable. Or you can evaluate in this way, what you studied in the last class, like a minus lambda I into x equal to 0, and you have to find what is x and what are the x you are getting. From that you have to evaluate what is the dimension, or what are the number of eigenvectors you are getting. So similarly, there is another problem. Let T be a linear operator on R3. There is another person, Swaraj Gowda. ଏବେ ଏବେ ମନେ ପଡ଼ୁଛି 10ଟାରେ କୁହାହେଇଛି 10:30ରେ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି. Then the next problem is T be a linear operator on RQ defined by T of A1, A2, A3 is your. Alright, here the transformation T of A1, A2, A3 is 4A1 plus A3, 2A1 plus 3A2 plus 4A3, and A1 plus 4A3. So if a transformation is given, you have to find the corresponding matrix associated with this transformation. So here the problem is, what is the problem here? Here the transformation is, here T is a mapping from R3 to R3. R3 is a vector space of dimension 3. So T of A1, A2, A3 is given. This is your 4A1 plus A3, then 2A1 plus 3A2 plus 2A3, and A1 plus 4A3. So you know already what is the basis for R3. This is E1, E2, E3. These are the standard basis. So if you will calculate what is T of E1, that is T of 1, 0, 0. So here A1 is 1, A2 is 0, A3 is 0. So what will be its transformation? In A1 you will place 1, and A2, A3 are zeros. So this will be 4, 2, 1. Similarly, T of 0, 1, 0. That means in A2 you have to write 1, and for other places you have to write 0. That means this will be your 1, 3, 0. Similarly, T of 0, 0, 1 will be, so in A3 you have to write 1. Sorry, here A2 is not here. So 0, 3, 0. And for T of 0, 0, 1 you have to write 1 in place of A3, and A1, A2 are zeros. So this will be 1, 2, 4. So what will be the transformation? This thing is your first column, 4 to 1. This is 4 to 1. Then 0, 3, 0, 0, 3, 0, and 0, this is 1 to 4. So this is your corresponding matrix associated with this transformation, given transformation. Then if you will find the matrix, then you will find what is the characteristic polynomial, like determinant of T minus Ti, or determinant of if the corresponding matrix, suppose this is A, then you will find what is the determinant of A minus T. Then determinant of A minus Ti is minus of T minus 5 into T minus 3 whole square. So lambda 1 equal to 5 and lambda 2 equal to 3, having multiplicity 1 and 2 respectively. Lambda equal to 5 repeated only once, so its multiplicity is 1, algebraic multiplicity is 1, and lambda minus 3 whole square is there. So lambda equal to 3 has multiplicity 2. So if you will find its corresponding eigenspace, suppose I will find the corresponding eigenspace for lambda 1, your lambda 1 is 5. So this is nothing but a null space of t minus lambda 1 I. So this is the vector x1, x2, x3 belongs to R3 such that this t minus lambda I, the t minus lambda I is your this one. In place of t we have already put this t equal to 5, so 4 minus t, this is your minus 1, and then 0 1 is here. Then for this one 2 is also here, and then t minus t means 3 minus t means we are calculating this for e of 5, so in place of t if you will put 5, then 3 minus 5 is minus 2, similarly this is 2, and similarly this is 1 0, then 4 minus t is minus 1. So this is your t minus lambda 1 I, this thing into x equal to 0. So you have to find what are the values of x1, x2, x3, like multiplication minus 1 0 1 into x1, x2, x3. So this is your minus x1 plus x3 equal to 0. Then this is the corresponding equation associated with this one. So here we will get lambda 3 equal to x3 equal to x1, and from this equation we are getting x2 equal to 2x1. So this x1, x2, x3 is your x1, 2x1, x1. So x1 taking common, so this is your 1 to 1. So eigenspace of lambda 1 is this one. If you will see its dimension, so this is a single vector, because here the vector space is R3 and this is a single vector in R3. So dimension of E lambda 1 is your 1. Similarly for E lambda 2, the eigenspace of lambda 2 will be null space of t minus lambda 2 I, and this will be your, that means in place of your lambda 2 is 3. So if you will put in this t minus lambda I, in place of t if you will put t equal to 3, then this will be your if you write like previous, this is your you have to write this matrix. In place of t you have to write 3. So what will be the null space? What is your t minus 3i? This will be your t minus 3i. So this will be your 1 0 1, then 2 0 2, then 1 0 1. So this is your t minus 3i, and this thing into x1, x2, x3 is equal to 0 0 0. Then if you will solve this one, this is your x1 plus x3 equal to 0, and this is 2x1 plus 2x3 equal to 0, x1 plus x3 equal to 0. That means you are only getting x3 equal to minus x1. So what are my x? This is your x1, x2, x3. So in place of x1, let it be x1, and x2 is x2, and x3 is your x1. So this is your x1. So how we can write it is, x1, x2, x1. So if you will take x1 common, then it will be 1 0 1. If you will take x2 common, this will be 0 1 0. That means I just separated the variables. So what are the vectors you get here? One is 1 0 0. Sorry, if you are taking x1 common, then this is 1 0 1. Here is x1, here is x2, here is x1. That means I am writing it as x1 0 x1 plus 0 x2 0. Just separating the variables. Then after that I have taken x1 common, then it will be 1 0 0, and after taking x2 common, then this will be 1 0 1 0. So what are the eigenvectors I am getting? This is 1 0 1, and another one is 0 1 0. This is its dimension is 2, because we are getting two linear independent vectors, or we are getting two vectors. So it has algebraic multiplicity 2. This t equal to 3 has algebraic multiplicity 2, and also we are getting its two independent vectors, or two independent eigenvectors associated with this lambda equal to 3. So algebraic multiplicity equal geometric multiplicity, so it is diagonalizable. X3 equal to minus x1, so x1 plus x2 equal x1 plus x3 equal to 0, so x3 equal to minus x1, so x3 in place of x3 will put minus x1, so this is x1 0 minus x1, then 0 x2 0, so this is 1 0 minus 1, and this is 0 1 0 1 0 minus 1. So what we got our vectors, one is for lambda 1 we got this is our vector 1 2 1, and for lambda 2 we got 1 0 minus 1 and 0 1 0. So dimension of E lambda 2, the eigenspace associated with lambda 2 is 2. So these all are three eigenvectors, 1 2 1 for lambda equal to 1 for lambda 1, and for lambda 2 these are two eigenvectors. So we get already three eigenvectors, and the domain is R3, so definitely we should have get three eigenvectors. So this is a basis for R3, so it is diagonalizable. Here the main thing you have to note is AM should be equal to GM. If the eigenvalue repeated k times, means you have to find its k corresponding eigenvectors. If this thing satisfies, then it will be diagonalizable. So it is written here, T is diagonalizable if the multiplicity of lambda I is equal to dimension of E lambda I. Multiplicity of lambda I means this is the algebraic multiplicity, and this thing is equal to dimension of E lambda I. Dimension of E lambda I means the eigenvectors associated with lambda I. Okay, the algebraic multiplicity equal to geometric multiplicity means it is diagonalizable. So if T is diagonalizable and beta I is an ordered basis for E lambda I for Si, then beta, this is the union of beta 1 beta 2 up to beta k, is an ordered basis for V consisting of eigenvectors of T. Here this one is your beta 1, and these two are the beta 2. Beta 2 means the corresponding basis vector or the corresponding eigenvectors we get for lambda 2, and this is the corresponding eigenvectors we got for lambda 1. So if you take this union beta 1 union beta 2, then this is the beta and this is a basis for R3. Then test for diagonalization. So if a matrix or a transformation is given to you, then how will test it for its diagonalization? See, these are 2 points. Let T be a linear operator on an n-dimensional vector space V, then T is diagonalizable if and only both the following condition holds. So if both the following condition holds, then we will say that T is diagonalizable for any transformation or any linear operator T. The characteristic polynomial of T splits. So whatever you are getting the characteristic polynomial of T, that should be splits. Splits means what is the meaning of split? T minus 3 square into T minus 2, because we are if the field is not given, means your field is this thing, that means this thing splits into T minus 3 into T minus 2. Splits means this thing can be factorized into linear. This thing splits, I can say this thing splits. because its roots are lies in set of real number. Because if in other case, suppose someone will say my f of t is t square, this thing does not split, because if you will write, if you want to remove this square, you can't do it, because if you will remove its square, then this will be t square plus I, means you have to write t minus I, and then t minus 2 is here. But t plus I, t minus I, this thing can't split in the set of real number. This thing split in the set of complex number, because these are complex numbers. Okay, so if any field of R it is given and you are getting f of t is this one, then I can say that this thing does not split. This thing can't be written as a linear factor in R. This is written as a linear factor in this way for if the field is set of complex number, but if the field is R, then this thing can't be written. If any field is not given, that means field is by default it is R. So if you are getting your f of t is this one, then we can say this thing does not split. That means your if the characteristic polynomial of any transformation t does not split, that means it is not diagonalizable, and if it splits, that means it is this is one property of diagonalizable characteristic polynomial of t splits. And second point is, for each eigenvalue lambda of t, the multiplicity of lambda is equals to dimension of null space of t minus lambda I. So what is your algebraic multiplicity equal to geometric multiplicity? It is saying that the multiplicity of lambda, that is your algebraic multiplicity, and this thing equal to dimension of null space of t minus lambda I. What is the dimension of null space of t minus lambda I means? The number of independent vectors, number of linear independent vectors of t minus lambda I of x equal to 0. So whatever we are getting t minus lambda I of x, these are the eigenvectors, and its dimension means number of linear independent vectors associated with this x. So that means your algebraic multiplicity equal to geometric multiplicity. So if these two condition holds, then a linear transformation t is said to be diagonalizable. And then there is a problem, you can check it, its diagonalizability, whether it is diagonalizable or not. So I am doing this one. So if A is equal to 3, 1, 0, 0, 3, 0 and 0, 0, 4, suppose this is a matrix T is given and you have to check its diagonalizability. You know this is M3 cross 3 R. That means this is the field is the set of real number, and this is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So what is the determinant of A minus Ti? This is your determinant of 3 minus T, 1, 0, 0, 3 minus T, 0, 0, 0, 4 minus T. So since this is a upper triangular matrix, this one will be 3 minus T square whole into 4 minus T. So which splits? See here 3 minus T whole square, that means your 3 minus T and 4 minus T. So this thing splits, that means the condition 1 is satisfying. And what is the condition 2 saying? And condition 2 saying means the algebraic multiplicity is equal to geometric multiplicity. That means for t equal to 3, this thing repeated twice. For t equal to 3, its algebraic multiplicity is 2 because it repeated twice. That means so t is 3, 3, 3 and 4. So its algebraic multiplicity is 2. So if you will find its geometric multiplicity, that means if you will find null space of t minus lambda I, so what will be it? So first you just evaluate what is t minus lambda I, and your t is this is your t, and your lambda is 3. That means we have to evaluate t minus 3i. So this is your t, then t minus 3i will be 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1. So t minus 3i is this one, and I have to find its nullity, the nullity or its null space. That means 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 into x1 x2 x3 is equal to 0 0 0. Then find this x1 x2 x3. So this one says x2 equal to 0, and this one says 0 equal to 0, and the last one says x3 equal to 0. That means your x2 is 0, x3 is 0. So what is your x? X is your x1 x2 x3, but x2 x3 are 0, so this is your x1 0 0. So taking x1 common, this is your 1 0 0. That means you are getting e of lambda 1 or e of eigenvalue 3. This is only 1 0 0. That means its dimension of e lambda 1 is 1. This is only you are getting a single vector, but algebraic multiplicity is 2 for t, because t equal to 3 repeated twice, so its algebraic multiplicity is 2, but you are getting the dimension of e lambda 1 or the dimension of null space of t minus lambda I. We are getting dimension of this one equal to 1, which is not equal. That means therefore this is the transformation is not diagonalizable. Similarly, there is another problem. You can do it here. That is a linear operator on P2R defined by t of f of x is f of 1 plus f dash 0 into x plus f dash 0 plus f double dash 0 into x square. So you know how to evaluate this t of 1, t of x, t of x square, and then whatever you are getting, write this as a linear combination of its basis elements. So t of 1 equal to 1, whatever is defined here. So if you find what is the linear transformation of 1, this is 1. So 1 can be written 1 into 1 plus 0 into x plus 0 into x square, because here the vector space is P2R, whose basis is 1x x square. So t of 1 is 1, this can be written in this one, this is 1 0 0, this is in first column. Similarly, t of x is 1 plus x square, so this is 1 into 1 plus 1 into x plus 1 into x square, so this is in your second column. Similarly, t of x square is this one, and this one is evaluated by using this the definedness of t of f of x. So, and t of x square is 2 plus 2x square. That means this is 2 times 1, 0 times x, and 2 times x square. So the coefficient are 2 0 2. Sorry, 2 plus 2x square, this is written 1 0 2. Okay, you just get it what is t of x square, because it is given t of f of x is f of 1 plus f dash 0 into x plus f dash 0 plus f double dash 0 of x square. So t of x square means in f of x you just put x square. So what will be your f of 1? If your f of x is x square, so your f of 1 will be 1, then f dash 0, that means your f dash x is 2x, and f dash 0 will be 2 into 0, this will be 0 into x. Similarly, f dash 0, this is your 0, and f double dash 0. So if your f dash x is 2x, f double dash x is your 2. So this is f double dash, in place of f double dash 0, this will be 2 into x square. So this is 1 plus 2x square. So you can make the changes here. This is 1 plus 2x square, so this is 1 into 1, 0 into x plus 2 into x square. That means the coefficient are 1 0 2, which is 1 0 2. So after getting this corresponding matrix, then I think you can easily calculate what is the corresponding characteristic polynomial. Then after getting characteristic polynomial, if you will follow these things, or whatever we learned in the last class, for t you will find the eigenvectors like in this way: a minus lambda I x equal to 0. So whatever the x you will get, since t equal to 1 repeated twice, means its algebraic multiplication is 2. So if you will get a 2 eigenvectors, suppose that x, if you will get 2 eigenvectors, then its geometric multiplicity. So if you will calculate here it is calculated in by another way, but if you will do this calculation like your previous class, then you will get corresponding two vectors or corresponding two eigenvectors for t equal to 1. So geometric multiplicity will be 2, and for another eigen 1 times, since this is a distant eigenvalue, so we will get only one vector, it will be okay. But when there is a repetition, but there is a chance of getting a less number of eigenvectors, so that thing should be calculated. So if you will calculate for a t equal to 1, there are two eigenvectors, then its geometric multiplicity will be 2, then am will be here equal to gm. So it is diagonalizable because your first property is satisfying because it splits. So in similar way we will do problems. Similarly, there is also another problem. If a equal to 0 minus 2 1 3, suppose a is a matrix which is 0 minus 2 1 3. So if you will find the characteristic polynomial, that is your determinant of a minus ti, this is your minus 3t plus t square plus 2. You know how to evaluate. So after evaluation, this is your characteristic polynomial, that means this is t minus 2 t minus 1. So here the eigenvalues are t equal to 2, this is your one eigenvalue, and t equal to 1 is another eigenvalue. So if you find the corresponding eigenvector for t equal to 1, that means the e of 1 will be, so you know how to calculate it, and it is also done here. And e of 1 is your minus 2 comma 1. Similarly, if you evaluate for e of 2, and this will be your 1 minus 1. So what are the eigenvectors? One eigenvector is minus 2 1, another eigenvector is 1 eigenvector is minus 2 1, and another one is 1 minus 1. So let it be the matrix minus 2 1 1 minus 1. So whatever the q q we are getting, then find what is the q inverse, and q inverse is your minus 2 minus 1, this thing can be replaced, minus 1 minus 2, and this is your main diagonal, this thing can be replaced, this thing can interchange, can interchange means this is the rule of finding the inverse for a 2 cross 2 matrix. So this is your minus 1 minus 2 and these one are minus 1 minus 1. So if you are getting if you know what is your Q, then you will just find Q inverse. Then what is your diagonal matrix associated with this matrix A? This is your Q inverse AQ, because we already know if for it has two different eigenvalues, t equal to 1, t equal to 2, and for each eigenvalues we are finding its corresponding eigenvectors. If you write these eigenvectors in each column, let this be the matrix Q, then find Q inverse. Then if you will multiply Q inverse and that matrix, given matrix A, into Q, then this will be the diagonal matrix D. And what is the diagonal matrix? You will get the diagonal matrix is 1 0 0 2, because 1 is one eigenvalue and 2 is the another eigenvalue. So this thing you will get. Then if somebody asked you to find an, and there is an easy thing. If you know that D equal to Q inverse AQ, then Q into D, if in both sides, on the left side of both the equation, if I will multiply Q, then QD will be A into Q. Then if you will multiply Q inverse on right side, then this will be QD Q inverse equal to A. So here A is this one. Then I need what is suppose A square. The A square means I will take the square of both sides, then my A square will be, this is QD Q inverse into QD Q inverse. Then Q inverse into Q, this thing may cancel or this thing may get the identity matrix. So this will be Q D square Q inverse. So here AQ will be Q DQ Q inverse. Similarly, your AN will get Q DN Q inverse. That means if A is any matrix is given and AN is asking, then you can evaluate what is DN. DN means D means the diagonal matrix associated with this matrix A, and if you know what is D, D means you will write the eigenvalues on its base, main diagonal element, and rest elements are 0. Then Dn will be lambda to the power n or lambda 1 to the power n, and this is 0, this is 0, this is lambda 2 to the power n. That means Dn is the just whatever the non-zero elements present in the diagonal place. Just d to the power n means this is lambda 1 to the power n and lambda to the power n, and rest elements are 0. So it is easy to get Dn. Then, and you know how to find this Q. Then after finding Q, then find Q inverse. Then Q Dn Q inverse is your An. This is an easy step to find An, because A is a complicated matrix. Then An will be very complicated for calculation. And if you will find what is D and what is Q and Q inverse, then this will be an easy thing, because An is equal to Q Dn Q inverse, and this thing is written here. So today only this much. So if anyone have any doubt, then ask me.